Does your business or nonprofit have a hard time breaking into a new market? Or maybe you want to release a new product or offer a new service, but don't know where to start? Well, welcome back to The Obsessed Marketer, the podcast designed for you, the small business owner looking to jumpstart your business with quick, actionable tips that you can take with you to increase your sales, reach, and growth. I'm Haese, your social and digital media specialist. And today, we're talking with Clint Surrat of Curt Landry Ministries, actually one of our clients. And as a CFO, he uses his financial perspective to look at niche groups, penetrate the market, and also listening to the donors and the people that he serves. So whether you're a business owner or a nonprofit leader, I think you're going to take away something from this conversation. If you like it, make sure to go subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Those links are down in the show notes below. Or if there's anything else you want us to talk about or discuss, make sure you send us a DM to @viral_solutions on Instagram. All right, let's go. Morning, Clint. How you doing?
Hey, Andrew. I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. All right. It's a great day in Wisconsin here. How is it down there in Oklahoma?
In Oklahoma, it is hot.
Hot.
We got a heat wave going in the middle of July here for us. But man, it's been a beautiful summer, and it's really been it's just been good to have a heat wave after coming through summer, coming through spring, and coming through some cold stuff down this way. So we're just enjoying the summer, enjoying getting out to we live here by a lake, and so it's just a lot of people coming in and enjoying their summer. And you know, for my family and I, we're just taking and soaking it all in. So we're doing good.
You guys are stronger than me. If it's at least a little bit humid, I'm always just complaining and sweating, and I'm like, oh, I just need to go in the air conditioning right now.
I know. I told some people when it was cold, and when I say super cold, people are probably like, "That's not even cold." But I said when it gets summertime, I will not complain. 100-degree weather, I can be sweating, and I'm gonna be putting a smile on my face because at least I'm not cold. You know.
Oh no. Okay, well, you're stronger than I am, but okay, let's get to what we actually want to talk about here. So we're talking a little bit about market penetration today, a little bit of financial stuff, which we haven't really done on the podcast before. So I think we have a good start with you, Clint. So if you want to go ahead, you want to tell us what you do? What are you up to?
Yeah, man. Well, I've been a CFO for almost a decade now in the nonprofit world, in the ministry world, and currently I'm working with Curt Landry Ministries, and you know, really just have a passion for what I do. And you know, when I see numbers, when I see dollar signs, when I see you know, literally every one of those dollars represents a life that can be changed and be transformed. And so that's where I really get my passion from, you know, even as a CFO, you know, seeing what the dollar can do to transform somebody's life.
For sure. And like, you know, you guys do really good work, and you're more of a services mixed with kind of products as well that you guys are using to help out, you know, people that are in need, that are struggling and need that kind of support. So I think you guys do great work. And, you know, for full disclosure, Curt Landry Ministries is one of our clients as well. And so we help them a bit with kind of their, you know, market penetration and stuff. But you guys have learned a lot since you've started with us many, many years ago, right?
Yeah, about a decade ago. Yeah. We've been with you guys for a while.
So let's talk a little bit about how you guys kind of started then in terms of, you know, discovering your market and your audience and everything like that.
Okay, well, you know, I probably on this podcast will be bragging some on Viral Solutions because, like you said, we've been working with Viral Solutions for over a decade, and really see you guys more as family than anything else, and what you do for us and how. You know, I feel like we've came together and really is cohesive in our strategy planning from start to finish. And I feel like you guys have hit the waves with us and turned the corners with us as we've grown. And, you know, something that you guys have truly helped us with is penetrating the market. You know, we have a niche market. You know, obviously we're a ministry, and I believe every ministry has their calling and have what they're called to do within the kingdom, right? And just even in the business world, you're going to be called to a certain sector, whether you're servicing automobiles or servicing people, or doctors or lawyers, or just any field. You have your own kind of niche, right? And so we have our own niche, just even for Curt Landry Ministries, we say that we're a bridge between the church and Israel, coming together to bring the one new man. And so that may be a little new for some people to hear, and some people are like, oh yes, I get this, bringing Jew and Gentile together, right? But regardless of that, it is a market that we've been able to penetrate. We feel like that's kind of our mandate, to be the voice to bring that to the earth. And Viral Solutions has really came alongside us to help penetrate that market. There's so many ways to penetrate a market, right? You can have from products to retention, to just obtaining more growth and finding different audiences and all those things. But one thing I want to really hit on that I think Viral Solutions have done a really great job in with us to help penetrate the market is really taking the time to communicate to what we would call donors. Obviously, in the secular world, it would be your customer base, right? But as you're finding out the needs of what people need, right? We're all in need of different things in our life. And for us to meet that need and to serve our people, we need to know what they're going through, what they're needing in their life, what stage are they in their life. And it can relate to ministry, it can relate to just normal business day to day, but finding out, communicating, connecting with your customer base to find out what we're doing right, but what we're doing wrong and what we can do better. And so I feel like, Viral Solutions has been pretty adamant about that throughout this time of working together, but it's proved to really help us penetrate the marketplace. So we're big on connecting with our customer base, finding surveys, finding ways to connect, to find out how well we're doing, and people honestly will give you their feedback. A good customer, my wife, she's an entrepreneur in her own right of what she's done in her career, but one of her mentors always said, a good customer will complain to you and tell you what's wrong, because you don't want them to leave. If they get mad and leave, you never see them again. But if you have a good customer in a relationship, they'll tell you, and and it's not offensive. It's just like,
no, and
wow,
it can tell you where maybe you need to work on some stuff a little bit. Granted, if it's constructive criticism, of course.
Right. So I feel like we've done a wonderful job with really communicating to our donor base / customer base to really find ways to continue to penetrate into that market. Because if there's one person, as Tom would always say, if there's one person saying this, there's probably another 100 or 1,000 people feeling the same way. So it really has been beneficial for us. And then that broadens our growth and our audience just by correcting or by listening to the needs of who we are serving.
So let's talk about that then, like listening and communicating with your audience and your market. How does that help you personally as a CFO?
I think, like, for me, on a personal level, when I'm hearing, again, I take, I may be a little different, a CFO, a lot of CFOs may think differently than I do as well, but, I'm very relational in obviously in the field that we're in. So for me, it's stewarding the dollar that's coming in, and it's seeing that as a person that truly gave that dollar amount into the ministry because they're believing for their lives to be transformed, or they've been touched in a certain way. So for me to hear that communication and take that back to the drawing board, I feel like, at the end of the day, we're all people. And we're all needing to come together to serve one another. And even in strategy meetings, when you're looking at numbers and you're looking at charts and flow charts and cash flows and all of these different things of how we're going to take it from one level to the next, you do that because there's people involved and you're guiding people along the path, and you're if we're doing our job right, we're, in the ministry world, we're discipling them, right? And we're growing them in their faith and growing them into who God wants them to become, right? And so for me, it's really taking that strategy of of hearing what they say, hearing their heart behind what they say, and then how do we facilitate that? And everything has a cost involved, right? And so we just, you translate that over into numbers of okay, we need to invest this amount into this project, invest this into this type of product to get it launched, again, to penetrate deeper into the market, because this is a need that they have right now. And so you may take what they say and you may develop a new product. I know, one example, I don't think Tom will mind me sharing, but he was telling us, in 2020, he said, we're really getting a lot of people. One of the topics that they're continuing to tell us is emotional healing. And so, Tom was really pushing, we need to get this book out by the end of this year. And this was in 2020. And we needed that. And our audience responded so well because we were listening and we were paying attention to the need, and literally wrote the book, got it published, and got it into the hands. And that's been one of our top books from CLM alone, because it met a need at the right time with what the world was going through. So I think you pay attention, you hear their need, and just by that itself, by default, that's going to open up your market penetration as well, because you're giving something somebody needs. Even sometimes they don't know they need, and then you present it to them, and then it takes off. So if that makes sense.
Yeah. And like, so you're talking about, you wrote, there's a book on emotional healing that you guys, wrote, released, and got in the hands of your market. Let's talk about then product development a little bit then, as in terms of, penetrating the market. How does that kind of work?
Yeah. Which for us, we obviously have a team, including you guys, that really take what we have, and a lot of times, most things are at the fingertips. So, so many people think sometimes, man, how do I even get started in this? How do I even write this book? Or how do I get this product into people's hands? Honestly, it's probably arm's width from you, because it's what you're already doing. It's already kind of your DNA. When you have an audience that is following you, that is committed to you, or saying, I'm going to go to this business for this particular product or service because I have that connection, right? You already have so much in your business that you're already doing. It's just really having a team around you, or, like you guys, Viral Solutions, which you're such a part of our team, but still from the outside, you can see in and see a different perspective. And literally, Tom saying, we need to write this book. Let's do this. How do we do it? You already have the material. For us as a ministry, Rabbi Curt have messages done on emotional healing. We have so many things in our database already, just pulling things together, having you guys to help us write the book. We pulled all the material together, took what we had and wrote it. So really, it was all within our arm's reach. We didn't have to go outside. Sometimes you just got to look within your business and see what you're doing well that you don't even know you're doing well. And if you're doing it well, somebody else probably needs to know that. And so you literally, I told a story the other day of I know this is getting off the subject, but social media, right? I'll hear somebody say something. I mean, I wish everybody could hear this right now. Like, take your phone and turn it around and do a live, because everybody needs to hear this nugget. It's already there. You just got to get it out and get it in the right form, whether it's a video, whether it's a book, whether it's a workbook, study book, whatever that is. I'm telling you, most of the time you already have the answer that you need because you're doing it so well already. You just need to get it out to the people. And that's having a team around you to push you, to drive you, to release that, honestly.
So let's talk about then working with an external marketing firm like Viral Solutions. How does that work in terms of being a CFO? How does that help you out when it comes to like reinvesting into your services and the ministry?
Absolutely love that question. And I'm so glad that you asked this question because working with Viral Solutions, man, has really taught me so much in the last few years of being connected with you guys, because, looking at your financial statements, obviously, you have your profit and your loss, and you always want to be in the black and not the red, right? If you're in the black, we're above water.
We're good. We're good.
Right? We're good. We're not sinking, right?
Yeah.
But, we've been very blessed, with our growth that we've had here at Curt Landry Ministries. I mean, it has been amazing growth, to say the least, year after year of working with you guys. And I feel like, where financial statements can kind of tell you from where you've been in your past, because it's already happened. You've got them all fixed and ready to present. But, that was a month ago. That was a year ago. What's happening now and what's going to be happening 3 months from now, that's where you need to be looking forward and not backwards. And I think something that, Viral Solutions and Tom has really taught so well is let's look forward into what we're seeing. And through working with you guys, you have, obviously there's an ROI that has to be looked at. We want a return on our investment, right? We want it to be positive. And, Tom has really helped, and Viral Solutions team has really helped us collect the data and the analytics of what's happening, and now we're at such a cohesiveness of, man, it's almost just like we're on just cruise, now with working with you guys and how things work in really even in seeing the market, because, we have some peak seasons within our company, right? Every company has their peak seasons, but, Tom's really done a great job of showing and teaching us far as here's the analytics. This is the traffic that's coming to your website, or this is what we're seeing. Here's the engagement level leading up. We know the lead time to convert a prospective client or customer to become a customer. We have all of these lead times in place. And once you collect enough of that data, you can kind of project what that will look like 2 months from now, 3 months from now. And so for us, that's been something that we really do look at closely. I will call you guys up and honestly be like, okay, what's traffic doing? What's lead gen doing? What's this looking like? So we know what 3 months from now looks like, and you guys have that data right there ready for us so that
it's
we
like
can
bada bing,
make
bada boom, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And we can make smart decisions with money that we're stewarding to do what we're called to do. And I think that has been something that a lot of people don't have, or they may not have, someone like you guys cheering you on, being right there, part of that team to have those in place. It takes a while to get. I mean, Viral Solution, you guys have worked years to get us data and analytics to be able to get to the point we are today, where we can take those numbers, project them out, and know kind of where to be able to place the right advertising, the right times to reinvest into the company in order to have more growth. And, and it's just been such a well-oiled machine now that, sometimes you can take it for granted because of how well it's working in our own, obviously ministry. And so we're just super thankful for what you guys bring to the table and the deliverables that you guys bring consistently year after year.
Oh my God, you're gonna make us blush here. Well, we thank you for supporting us and standing by us as kind of teammates as well in this. So as we have time for one more question here, I just want to end this off here. If you have any tips or anything that you've learned from Viral Solutions so far that you could share with us now that a small business owner or someone in your place could take away from this podcast.
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question.
I know,
right?
I know.
Man, I have a couple of things, but I'll narrow it down. I think one thing that I will say will sum it all up, and it can be for every area, whether it's dealing with your branding or dealing with wanting to penetrate more of a market or a segment. I think, or getting into a new audience or demographic, I think I can sum it all up as make small shifts in your business. It's normally not a big 90-degree turn that you need to make. It literally may be a 1-degree turn. And then you make another 1-degree turn. And before long, you're steering the ship in the right direction. But if you turn something so fast, you don't want to throw everybody off the boat and
you won't even know, because we talked about this on our show, is that if you switch too fast, if you change too many things and something happened, you don't know what worked and what didn't work at that point. Yeah. So if you make small changes, you know whether or not that pinpoint change you made a difference.
Absolutely. And that's something that we have truly implemented here. And I think it has been something that like you said, you can pinpoint it. And the great thing is it's just one thing, so you're not throwing all your resources like, I got to make this big change. No, you know what? For us, we take a percentage of income of revenue and reinvest it into advertising. Right now, it's the percentage that we feel like is the right percentage for our business. You know what? Maybe it's just you saying, you know what? I don't even do that. Well, you know what? Start with just a couple of percent, make those slow changes, whatever it may be. That's just an example, but make it slow and you'll see how more, almost like a snowball effect, right? As you're doing that one change, at some point, that synergy, that's going to get the ball rolling. And I'm just going to say, hang on and enjoy the ride, So I would say small shifts, small changes, and you'll get to where you want to be.
All right. Awesome. Well, Clint, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me.
Man, thank you for having me. It's always a joy to be able to always, if I can talk about, finances or, at the ministry or you guys, Viral Solutions, or what you're helping us accomplish in our mission. Just really hats off to all of your team. I know there's a lot of people on Viral Solutions that does a lot of things for us. And it's those little things that don't get dropped, that gets done, that gets thought through, and that really help us so much. So again, thank you guys as well for all that you do for us. And we appreciate y'all so much.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for also again sticking with us and being great clients of ours. You guys are fantastic. It's great. It's fun to work with you guys.
Likewise.
And there we go. That's our great conversation with Clint. If you want to be like them and join us to learn a little bit more about penetrating the market and using what your customer base or your donors are saying to your advantage, reach out to us at viralsolutions.net for a free marketing audit or a free consultation. We'll look at all aspects of your business top to bottom, let you know what you're doing well, and maybe what could use a little work. Again, that's free at viralsolutions.net. Thanks for listening to The Obsessed Marketer. Subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. We'll see you next week.